For Crema Media's Polity, I'm Sane Dhlamini. Researcher and analyst Professor Raymond Suttner joins me to discuss a column titled, "If the Public Protector Out to Go, Who Will Make It Happen?" Welcome, Raymond. So tell me, the Public Protector has been in and out of court and she continued to appeal the cases. What about that?
Yes, it's almost, it's on the one hand very dangerous for our democracy that she continues to lose cases, but there's something which is, I wouldn't like to use the word farce because it's too serious, but there is something farcical about her not seeming to take in how serious the judgments against her are. I mean, the Constitutional Court has basically said that she's dishonest, she doesn't act in good faith, she doesn't know the law relating, or doesn't apply the law relating to her job, and then these other courts have come with similar findings, saying they're mind-boggling, or they are, they're hard to believe, etc., etc. And she's had punitive costs now twice. And I think she, either because she's taking advice from people who don't know exactly what is going on, or else she's got delusions, because when she said she was appointed by God, and by implication only he could, or he, if she's a she, maybe she's a she, could remove her, but also she compares she compares herself with biblical figures who do the right thing. But I mean, what that judgment says shows that she's not doing the right thing. So I can't understand if she has to pay 1 million for the first case. The second case, if she loses on appeal, which is likely, it's likely to be more than 1 million. There were two parties, although they divided the amount. They didn't make her pay 15% for each of them. So if she's now going to have a 2 million bill, why is she carrying on? Where is the money going to come from to pay for this? And I can't understand it. I also think that she may be out of her depth legally because she's apparently had no legal experience in terms of court cases. I'm an advocate and I've got more experience than that in court cases. A long time ago. They didn't ask me to appear for you. But the thing is, I've got more cases than that. So I wouldn't say that a judge is talking nonsense or Van Tringove is completely wrong. These are top lawyers, and if you've just got BProc LLB and you've never appeared anywhere, you actually have to study very hard to understand the law applicable to that job, but also what is being raised in the interdicts. You need a lot of experience, and she's not got that.
And why is the EFF now joining her in fighting interdicts against Pravin Gordhan as well as former our president Cyril Ramaphosa? Is it not exaggerated that Mkhwebane is siding with those intent as on state capture?
Well, the second question is related to the first one, in the sense that EFF, which was in the forefront of combating state capture under Zuma and siding with the previous public protector who was exposing corruption, they are now spending a lot of money in joining with the public protector in these cases. Again, we must ask, where is the money coming from? Because everything now that the public protector appeals, EFF appeals even harder. And what I think has happened in the period of the Cyril Ramaphosa presidency is, as we know, a section of the ANC, which was a small minority when he was elected, are aligned with Zuma, and the EFF has realigned themselves, and there seems to be some convergence, some agreement between the EFF and the Ace Magashule and similar groups. And Mkhwebane, as was said in Pravin Gordon's affidavit, what she is doing in not investigating the Estina Dairy project, in bringing these investigations against him and Ivan Pillay, which were withdrawn by Sean Abrams. In doing all of these things, what she's doing is hindering the efforts to remedy what happened with state capture. Also, some of the things that she talks about are in the language of the Zumaites, radical economic transformation type things. Long interviews she's doing, she's getting into areas that are more, I don't say she mustn't have any political views, because the Constitution is a political as well as a legal statement, but she's aligning us with the language she's using is the language of the so-called radical economic transformation group. So I think there is validity in suggesting that at an objective level, what she's doing is related to state capture. Subjectively, she reinforces that by actually making statements which are part of the discourse of the Magashulis and so forth.
You also argue that while she's not fit for her office, there is not a clear political will to remove her. Do you think she will last the whole term?
Well, even if they want to remove her, apparently they have to create regulations, which that could take 18 months. Secondly, the ANC is divided. One does not know if that division will play out in removing the public protector, because there is a strong case on legal grounds. When someone is found to have acted in bad faith, dishonestly and all of that, there is a case to remove them from the role of advocates. And if you remove from the role of advocates, I don't know if she has the qualifications besides having been admitted as an advocate to be a public protector. So even on technical grounds, she may not fit the job anymore. But it could take long to do that. What Pierre de Force said is that even if she's not removed, because of all these defeats in court, any report she does will be lacking in credibility because of these very adverse findings against her. So I don't know whether she'll be removed. The ANC is not pulling as one organization, and it can very well drag on.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much.
That was researcher and analyst Professor Raymond Suttner speaking to Krima Media's Polity about the public protector.